If you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, chances are someone has told you, well, that's it. You'll be on medication for life. But what if that's not entirely true? What if food, the very thing that might have contributed to your diabetes in the first place, could also be the key to reversing it? Sounds too good to be true, right? But science says otherwise. Type 2 diabetes has long been considered a progressive, irreversible disease, like a one-way ticket to insulin injections and a lifetime of carb counting. But groundbreaking research is flipping that narrative on its head. The idea that diet alone can reverse diabetes isn't some wacky internet theory. It's backed by real science, real studies, and real people who've done it. So, let's dig into the facts and throw in some humor while we're at it, because let's be real, diabetes is serious, but your life doesn't have to be. First, let's get one thing straight. Type 2 diabetes isn't just about sugar. Yes, managing sugar intake is important, but at its core, type 2 diabetes is a condition of insulin resistance, where your body still produces insulin, but your cells aren't listening. Imagine a teenager ignoring their parents. It's not that the message isn't there. It's just being completely disregarded. That's your insulin trying to get glucose into your cells while your body is like, nah, we're good. So how do we fix that? By attacking insulin resistance at its root. And the most effective way to do that? Diet. A landmark study from The Lancet showed that people who lost weight through diet alone were able to completely reverse their diabetes, meaning their blood sugar returned to normal levels and they no longer needed medication. This wasn't just a fluke. Researchers found that when people lost at least 10 to 15% of their body weight, their insulin function improved dramatically. Why? Because fat, especially around the liver and pancreas, plays a major role in insulin resistance. Think of it like this. Your pancreas is a tiny, overworked employee trying to do its job, but it's trapped in an office cluttered with unnecessary junk, aka excess fat. When you clean out the office, suddenly your pancreas can breathe again and do its job properly. That's essentially what happens when you lose weight through diet. You remove the metabolic clutter and insulin starts working again. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all diets work the same way. One of the most powerful tools for reversing diabetes through diet is low-carb eating. A study in diabetes therapy found that over 60% of people who followed a low-carb diet were able to put their diabetes into remission. That's right, remission. No meds, no high blood sugar, just normal, healthy levels. The reason low-carb works so well is simple. If you reduce the amount of sugar and carbs coming in, your body doesn't have to work as hard to manage blood sugar levels. It's like giving your pancreas a much-needed vacation. Now, before you start picturing yourself eating nothing but lettuce for the rest of your life, let's clear something up. Low carb doesn't mean no carb. It just means choosing the right kinds of carbs, the slow-burning, fiber-rich kind that don't send your glucose through the roof. Think leafy greens, non-starchy vegetables, nuts, seeds, and legumes instead of white bread, pasta, and sugary cereals that act like jet fuel for your blood sugar. Another effective approach? Intermittent fasting. Yes, skipping meals on purpose might sound like some medieval torture technique, but science says it works. A study published in Cell Metabolism found that intermittent fasting significantly improves insulin sensitivity and lowers blood sugar levels, and in some cases even leads to full diabetes reversal. The idea is simple. When you take breaks from eating, your body has time to burn through stored glucose and improve insulin function. It's like hitting the reset button on your metabolism. Now, if the idea of skipping breakfast makes you want to throw a pancake at someone, don't worry. You don't have to fast to see results. Simply eating earlier in the day and avoiding late-night meals can improve blood sugar control. A study from the University of Alabama found that people who ate within an 8-hour window, like from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., had lower blood sugar levels and reduced insulin resistance compared to those who ate late into the night. And let's not forget the importance of whole, unprocessed foods. A study in the British Medical Journal found that people who ate a diet rich in whole foods, healthy fats, and lean proteins were significantly more likely to reverse diabetes compared to those who stuck with the standard American diet, which, let's be honest, is basically a combo of sugar, fried food, and regret. So, what does a diabetes reversing plate actually look like? Picture this: grilled salmon with roasted Brussels sprouts, a side of avocado, and some mixed greens with olive oil. That's a meal that stabilizes blood sugar, improves insulin sensitivity, and keeps you full for hours. Compare that to a plate of white pasta with creamy sauce and garlic bread, which will send your blood sugar sky high and leave you hungry again in 2 hours. It's all about choosing foods that nourish your body rather than wreck it. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is diet alone enough? For some people, yes. For others, combining diet with exercise, stress management, and quality sleep makes the biggest difference. Exercise, for example, literally helps your muscles absorb glucose without needing extra insulin, kind of like giving insulin a helping hand. A study in diabetes care found that just 30 minutes of walking after meals significantly lowered blood sugar levels. So if you're serious about reversing diabetes, pairing a great diet with movement and good sleep habits is like the ultimate power move. At the end of the day, the evidence is clear. Type 2 diabetes is not a life sentence. While medications can help manage it, they don't fix the root cause. Diet, on the other hand, has the power to restore insulin sensitivity, lower blood sugar naturally, and, in many cases, lead to full remission. And the best part, you don't have to eat boring food to do it. You can still enjoy delicious, satisfying meals. You just have to choose the right ones. So, if you've ever felt like diabetes is controlling your life, take back control one meal at a time, because food isn't just fuel, it's medicine.